Hello, everyone, and happy. Wait, is today Tuesday or Thursday? Is today Tuesday or Thursday? Today's Thursday. Okay. You know, when you work for yourself, you don't always like take the weekend off. Or if I do take a couple days off, like I might take like Monday or Tuesday off. There's no specific day that I take a day off. It's not like always on the weekends. So I lose track of the day of the week quite often. It's kind of like, you know, people that are retired. They no longer have to look forward to the weekend and things of that nature. When I used to work Monday through Friday, of course, I knew exactly what day it was. But now, like, sometimes I just treat the weekend like another work day, and then if I feel like taking time off, I'll just take Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Well, thank you guys for being here. Today we're going to be checking out the Xbox Developer Direct live stream. Most excited for the Avowed showcase, of course. I really hope that it looks good, because I don't know how many games we have to look forward to in 2024 after Dragon's Dogma 2. How many like truly exciting games, not just like mid games. I hope that that game turns out pretty good. I'm kind of interested in Indiana Jones. Piques my interest. Hellblade 2 looks like a great game. Let's head to the tavern. We got about 8 minutes until the show starts. Hello, Amy's. Volk Nasty. DM Wyvern. Holy Jack. Shadow. Freewater. How you guys doing? Diego. Shadow Dragon. If you find yourself watching this after the stream is over, I will leave chapter markers below. I pretty much put chapter markers in all of my videos and also streams. And do note, I'm not live on Twitch right now. I'm going to keep this one as a YouTube-only stream. Hey, hello. Watching along as I play Divinity 2? Well, I think that deserves a skull, right? Skull. Alright, let me just make sure that this stream is running good. Close your ears for a second. It might be loud. I don't know. I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, perfect. Let me just get the volume levels right, and then we're going to look at an article that goes over what to expect today. That's probably pretty good. Alright, so we got 6 minutes until the show starts. 6 minutos. Volk, thank you for your long-time support on the channel, by the way. Patreon, channel memberships, donations, all sorts of things. Crazy stuff, man. Big shout out to all of you guys that have been, you know, supporting this channel for over 3 years now. It's pretty crazy that time flies that fast. But honestly, without all of you guys that were there at the foundation, give me that extra boost, probably wouldn't be here today. So thank you guys. All right, so Developer Direct. Xbox to present a Developer Direct returning on January 18th. We have Indiana Jones. Machine Games, the award-winning studio behind the recent Wolfenstein series, will reveal their upcoming Indiana Jones game, an action-adventure that puts players in the leather jacket of the legendary archaeologist. Developer Direct will showcase more than 10 minutes of the game and developer insights, including details about the game's setting and story, how fans will actually play as Indy, additional details from his next globe-trotting adventure, and the premiere of the first gameplay trailer. That's pretty exciting. Better be playing as Harrison Ford, right? I'm not touching that game. Avowed, the team at Obsidian will share the first deep dive into the gameplay experience fans can expect in Avowed, their upcoming fantasy action RPG, set in the fantastical, vibrant living lands. So, the Pillars of Eternity CRPG series takes place on a different continent in that same world, and the Living Lands is an unexplored continent in terms of content for that fantasy world from Obsidian. Learn more about how Obsidian's expertise in building worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity come to life in Avowed, where players will have agency to make choices to shape every step of their adventure. Okay. All right. Hey, Matthew, Braz, Samantha, hello. How you doing? How's the fam? What's up, Nick? I think the stream lasts for like an hour, and then after that there might be, I think they're transitioning to a different type of presentation. I'm not sure if we'll watch that today. If I want to do my stream tonight, then I don't know if we will, but we'll see. And then we have Ara History Untold, here from the leads at Oxide Games, a studio founded by veterans of the strategy genre. Ooh, and the creators behind the classic strategy titles, including Civilization, as they unveil exclusive new gameplay and share more details about the inspiration, key features, and road ahead for their upcoming historical grand strategy game. Then Senua, Saga, Hellblade 2. I didn't beat Hellblade 1, but I greatly enjoyed what I did play. Sometimes I start games and don't finish them. I'm sure you guys understand. The Hellblade 1 was a really cool game. It's like a puzzle, action RPG, but also one of the most cinematic experiences you'll ever had. It like combines cinematics with gameplay in a way that I don't think many have experienced before. So hopefully we get a nice little presentation out of that game. Ninja Theory takes us behind the scenes at their studio in Cambridge to give us an insight on how they're crafting Senua Saga Hellblade 2. The team will speak to the ambition and meticulous care involved in creating Senua's journey of survival. Shortly after the developer direct has concluded, ZeniMax Online will host the Elder Scrolls Online 2024 Global Reveal. Aha. Fortunately, I don't have much time for MMOs anymore. I did play a little bit of ESO, though. I enjoyed it for what it was. Including new zone, storyline, and other major features coming to the game's biggest update this year. Cool. Okay. Like we got 3 minutes left. Is that updated? And yeah, I'll be quiet probably through most of this presentation. I like to go live for these, though, and give you guys a place to hang out with the community versus having to hang out in chats like these. Like IGN chats. They could be pretty crazy over there, so. What's up, TARDIS? Hellblade was incredible. All right, let's get ready for the show now. I was looking up what gaming studios that Microsoft owns now, out of curiosity, because they've been buying up the market. Once Sony started buying studios, Xbox had to fire back, or Microsoft had to fire back. City and Entertainment, Ninja Theory, Machine Games, Forza, Minecraft. It's crazy. Playground. Oh, I didn't know Microsoft owned Play. Oh yeah, they do, because Playground Games is the company that's making Fable. Am I correct in saying that? Pretty sure they're the company making Fable 4 or whatever it's going to be called. Okay. All right. Let's get ready. Turn off my music here. Y'all ready to rumble? Hype! Hype! Got my notepad ready to take Avowed notes. I'm really excited for Avowed. Really genuinely excited. Even though they trolled us a little bit and told us that we're getting a new Elder Scrolls game, you know what I'm saying? And they went back on their word. The only, like, the reason why I was excited that Avowed was initially kind of advertised to be the next Elder Scrolls is because I feel like the Elder Scrolls is a game that you can play for years and years and years. And then when they said, no, we're not doing that, we're going to make a game more akin to the Outer Worlds. I haven't played the Outer Worlds. I've heard good things about it. I'll probably play it at some point. But that's not a game that you play for years and years and years. You know what I mean? So I was really hoping for that in-depth RPG experience that was going to last a decade plus. But unfortunately, they went back on that. But hopefully the game that they're creating now is something that they can handle and they can make it really high quality. It just kind of sucks that they teased us with that a little bit in the beginning. Obsidian would have to deal with with obtaining the IP from Wizards. Oh, you guys want Obsidian to work with the D&D IP? Forgotten Realms? The Outer Worlds was a 6. Outer Worlds is kind of a one and done type game. Yeah, that's what I have gathered from what all of you guys have told me. I'll probably give it a play though before Avowed comes out, because then I can make some comparison videos and kind of understand Obsidian's current mentality with their games. Because they have changed over the years. Hopefully they're still a good company. I wonder if they'll go back to CRPGs. from everything that I read, the Pillars 2 wasn't as successful as they wanted it to be, and it seemed like they're stepping away from the CRPG genre. But now that BG3 was so successful, I wonder if they'll consider going back into it. I wonder if there'll be an investor out there that will give a company like Obsidian a budget similar to what Larian Studios had, 100 million plus, and let them just make a crazy CRPG similar to BG3. I wonder if that will happen with some CRPG company in the near future. Carly. Okay, here we go, folks. Let me make my webcam a little smaller. You guys just let me know if there's anything wrong with the volume, etc. Hello, Hen. KW, hello. Yeah, they're showing a little bit of D&D. Oh wow, that's loud. Sorry about that. Gears 6 trailer. I remember Gears back in the day. I had fun playing the first couple ones, then I lost interest, but... I think it only runs for an hour, but the main part of the presentation. We starting off with Avowed?
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, Gameplay Director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
I'm into it.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
You have to level up each one?
Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
10 times better than
In other
Starfield.
words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
What's up, Oliver? That's awesome, Samantha. I like what I saw. I know not everybody's into the graphics, but I think the visual presentation was pretty good. I like games that look like that. And the combat definitely looked better than what we're used to with the Elder Scrolls, which of course it should. 12 years later. I remain pretty excited for that game, so I will be covering it in depth as time goes on. Alright, Ninja Theory, here we go.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Do you see how small you are? Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
Kind of looks like Sven a little bit, didn't he?
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. and you
thought
see
it was
a
all
scene or you
ice.
see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
For sure. Kind of like Death Stranding.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Looks like a fun studio to work for. I like their setup. Got soul. Very excited for that game. May 21st, is that what it said? Did it say May? I didn't catch that. I like the way they're doing this presentation. This is nice. Wish the Game Awards were like this. May 21st, okay. We didn't get an Avowed date though, did we? Hey, Ronnie.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、 これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Looks pretty fun.
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Gretz. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
I might become a JRPG fan this year. There's a couple that I've been keeping an eye on, including this one. This one looks relaxing too.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。
If a game has cartoony graphics and it has bad animations, that's a terrible combination, so it better have
そ
good
の効果とと
animations.
もに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを 感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Summer 2024. Yeah, games with cartoony graphics, if they have bad animations or jittery animations, that is the biggest red flag ever. This one doesn't. The animations were beautiful, but it should have beautiful animations. That's one of the great things about having lower tier graphics or switching to the more cartoony style, which is why it doesn't bother me for Avowed, is that the game should run smooth as hell. And if it doesn't, then you have a double whammy.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might?
No. Yes, yes.
Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs.
Yes.
In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Not plagued by microtransactions, is it?
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves.
$1
In
per
Ara,
sheep.
all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play, and even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for.
Early access?
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback.
Okay.
In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me.
Depends on the
I'm
type of
happy to
cougar.
report,
You guys
based
know
on
what
more
I'm saying.
recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Ara and to create your own history.
Fall 2024, Ara. Looks pretty interesting. I don't usually play games like that, but it caught my eye. There's not microtransactions. What do you guys think? This developer presentation is great. They're just getting to the point. There's no really advertisement. I mean, everything's an advertisement technically, but... Oh, yes! Indiana Jones. Here we go. I think this is the last one. Is it? I think the presentation's going until 4.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games.
It just works.
I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
It just works.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
It's Harrison Ford. This is exciting, isn't it?
Myths.
First person.
History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Kind of looks like Harrison Ford.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before.
I might get old,
Trust
but
me.
There we go.
It
Pull
ain't
out
a
the
walk
gun.
in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
That's realistic.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chirkulimani. The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
Didn't expect first person, but it has the potential to be more immersive. Depends on what type of game they
Indiana
created.
Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built.
Okay.
We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Okay.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
Wish I lived that life.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop.
At least we know the music's gonna be good, right?
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making.
Crazy
It
earrings.
wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
Probably not, Char.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Okay.
You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat.
The guy just...
Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully a little bit more.
What does that mean?
Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them.
Yeah, this is dragging on a little bit, for
small
sure.
secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret.
Anything?
The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these rollercoaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not.
All right, that's usually
because
not
at
a
the
good
heart
thing,
of
my
Indiana
friend.
Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Fall 2024. Never let Todd in. All right, we've seen these cutscenes like 7 times. We've already seen all these. Holy crap, they know how to drag on a presentation. Not convinced that it's going to be good, but I'm interested. I like Indiana Jones. I'll probably play it, but I didn't really see anything that made it look like it was going to be exceptional. Who knows, though? That's my personal opinion. I'm happy with Avowed, though. If you guys missed Avowed, it was the first game presented. The very beginning. I don't know why they don't have those in order, with Avowed in first.
Could it take one?
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule.
I'm just going to show everything
Stay
again.
happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. My name is Masaru Oyamada.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Surprised they didn't show Josh Sawyer from Obsidian. Okay. Suppose there's still 10 minutes left of the show, so let's see what they do. Or is that it? Oop, you can hear somebody's mic.
There you are. Welcome to Podcast Unlocked. You've just watched the Xbox Developer Direct, the 2024.
This is IGN.
I'm Ryan McCaffrey, joined by my panelists. Let's dive right in. Not even time for
Destin.
introductions. That's how
Guy's
exciting
funny.
That was. And that's how pumped I am. We have to
All
start
right,
with
folks.
Indiana.
I think we're probably good now. This is on IGN, so if you guys want to watch this, just go to the IGN channel, and they're going to continue on with podcasts now. I think that's all that I need to stream today. Also, the Elder Scrolls Online global reveal. I don't know if they're dropping an expansion or something. That starts, I think, at 4 p.m. So if you guys are interested in that game, I'm assuming that like 2% of you guys watching care about an MMO, an old MMO, even though I do like Elder Scrolls Online. So I'm going to go ahead and not stream that. I'm going to continue on with my day, maybe start working on an Avowed video. And as long as I feel okay, I probably will go live tonight a little bit later than normal, maybe 8 p.m. to continue our Lae'zel Origin run for Baldur's Gate 3. But overall, that wasn't too bad of a presentation. I like how they just straight up just got to the point for every game that they're... I thought it was going to be like a show with like advertisements and a bunch of wasted time, but they got right into it. And personally, I'm happy with what I saw from Avowed. I like the art direction. I like first-person combat. It looks better than Elder Scrolls combat. So, I mean, I guess that's a plus, right? I didn't think the combat looked too bad. It looked like it was going to be pretty fun. Really, I just want to explore the Living Lands in first person and discover some secrets. Notice how most of the games all focused on player agency. I wonder if Baldur's Gate 3's release affected the marketing of many future games with the player agency category. It's always been an important thing, but I feel like after BG3, a lot of companies now want to use that as part of their marketing. The question is it true? How much player agency is there actually in the game? What do things actually affect besides the immediate quest that you're on? Hey, Slander, what's up? Avowed release date is fall 2024, I believe. All right, so you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll catch some of you guys tonight. Most likely, I'd say 70% chance that I'll go live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll play some Lae'zel Origin and continue on with our Honor Mode run. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Oh, Josh Sawyer was in the background on one of the shots. Like I said, if you guys missed Avowed, I'm assuming most of you guys are here for Avowed. That was at the very beginning. So just pull the stream back to the start. I don't really feel that way. I saw a lot of you guys in comments saying that you can't get excited for other games because BG3 was just too good. I don't personally feel that way. Like, I'm okay with, you know, games with lesser budget and stuff. I still get very excited for games that are half of BG3. I think BG3 probably raised the bar a bit, and it gives us a better chance of getting more games that are like Baldur's Gate 3. But I mean, not every game has to be this, you know, huge experience. Sometimes it can just be something that you enjoy for a month or two and then you move on. I also like the indie feel of lesser budget games sometimes. Another reason why, even though Avowed's not indie anymore, or Obsidian's not indie, I kind of like the looks of it. Makes it feel a little bit nostalgic. Yeah, Final Fantasy Rebirth. January 24th, as Scott said earlier in the stream, Enshrouded is coming out. I'll probably check that one out. It is a survival crafting type action RPG-ish game. I played the demo or early access for a session. I thought it was decent. It was alright. I didn't get as into it as a lot of people were. I felt like it was a little bit cheap. But I think I'm going to check it out, though. Then we have Nightingale next month. Nightingale Early Access, February 24th. That game is looking phenomenal. It's one of my most hyped games, I think, for this year. Another survival PvE action kind of RPG-ish game. I can't wait for Nightingale. And then Dragon's Dogma 2 in March. I forget what day Final Fantasy Rebirth was coming out. I might actually play that one as someone who's never played a Final Fantasy game before. I mean, I have played, but like for only a session. Final Fantasy Rebirth release date February 29th. Okay, might check that one out. Apparently it's a standalone, even though it's like a continuation. Like I guess they made it to where you could play that one without having to have played the one that came out, you know, last year or the year before. All right, see you guys. See you, Shadow. Queen Tiamat. Flash bow. Hello. The queen herself has arrived. Mana is what you want, Shar. I thought it looked pretty good, yeah. Someone who doesn't typically play JRPGs, there's a few that caught my attention this year. Mana being one of them. Goodbye, Gabriel. Seven is the best one. I guess that's why they did this whole remake series, right? It's not like a... I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know enough about Final Fantasy. But from what I understand, the Rebirth series is like not necessarily a straight up remake of the first game, right? Of Final Fantasy VII. It's more so like a remake slash expansion and continuation. Am I right in saying that? Something along those lines. Reimagining, that's a good word for it. Yeah, reimagining of the original game. There you go. See ya, Wyvern. Have a good one. Good luck on your Dark Urge run. I know you've been trekking along with your Dwergar, one of the most slept on races in the game. Elden Ring DLC. Wish we got news on that. Leonard said I had great fun with Sovereign Syndicate and Rogue Trader after BG3. I think it also comes down to just, I mean, BG3 is the ultimate game, but it also isn't every genre of game either. So if you like action adventures, you're going to play action adventures. If you like pure narrative games like Disco Elysium, that's a different experience than BG3. Avowed's going to be a different experience than they're different genres. BG3 might be the top of the CRPG genre now, but when you playing Disco? I know a lot of you guys want me to play Disco. I hesitate to play it because pure narrative games aren't good for me when I play them on stream. I can't focus, and it's not an enjoyable experience for me. Unless you guys want to give me some ADD pills. Actually, one of my friends has Adderall. I might try one at some point in the near future. Just not trying to get hooked on those things, man. Still riding the high of BG3. True, Elf, true. Yeah, you should play it, Slander. Slander does a lot of narrative games. He's good at streaming them too. People say Disco is one of the greatest games of all time, so yeah, you should check it out, Slander. I should too, just so I know what it's all about, so I can participate in those conversations. I'll just play it offline. There's a huge difference between playing a game offline and a game online. Slander knows, we've talked about this before. Until you've streamed in front of a decent sized crowd, you'll never know that experience of how different it feels. Both are wonderful in their own ways, but very, very different experience when you're streaming in front of 500 or 1,000 people versus playing a game offline in your room where you can do whatever you want, take breaks whenever you want, fully focus on things, not have to have a million thoughts going through your head. Very, very different experiences, and some games just lend themselves better as stream games while others are not really as stream friendly. It also depends on the streamer too, because everybody has different brains and different ways that they handle things. Cheers to Oliver, Samantha. Thank you for you and your husband watching today and having the baby accompany the stream. It's an honor to be on your living room TV. Just turn off the chat. You know, I thought about doing that actually for a few games. And just, I mean, I would just have to advertise that when you come into my stream, this is not an interactive stream. This is me playing the game, and if you want to watch me play it, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. Just come back for another stream where I actually, you know, engage with the chat. I think it would be okay as long as I just labeled those streams for people. I specialize in streaming games that you really shouldn't stream. That's funny. That's a good thing though, Slander. Because you feel like a niche type of content that maybe not as many people are looking for, but the ones that are don't have many people to look for, so. Yeah, Gabriel.